Welcome back to our sit-down series. We're here in Amsterdam for Laracon EU, and we're here with James. Welcome, James.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You are excited, I suppose, for the Amsterdam
Yes.
conference here.
Very excited. Lots of great speakers ready to come on, and it's just a beautiful city as well. I managed to come, I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was fantastic. And now we're in a bigger venue, or a bigger room within the venue as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's my first Laracon, so I've been to Amsterdam for a few conferences, but those were front-end, like Frontiers and so on. But it's my first Laracon, so
I think you're going to enjoy it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure I will. But my first question for you is, how did you ever get into like programming or development?
Yeah, so when I was younger, maybe 7 or 8, I fell over and chipped my kneecap and I was out of action. And my mum was going to the library back when they were popular, and she was asking me if I wanted anything. So I asked her for a book where I could learn to make games,
Right.
because my friend's dad had come in to school. He worked for Soreen, which is like a fruit bread company,
Okay.
and he gave us a floppy disk with lots of like bread themed games. One of them was like asteroids, but it was bread instead of asteroids, and I was like hooked straight away, and I wanted to be able to make those kind of games. So my mum came back with a book on JavaScript, and I like copied all the code out and figured out why it didn't work, because I couldn't read well enough to understand a technical book, but I just like copied the code and yeah, hooked ever since.
All right. So a lot of self-learning
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool. And during those, during your career, actually, what is the thing that you're like most proud of that you created, or a product, or that you have been working on?
Yeah, so there's quite a few answers to that really, but I think the one that has been the like launch pad for many other things since is Cache, which is a open source status page system. And I'm particularly proud of it because it got really popular very quickly, but in the open source community, in the Laravel community, but it also got picked up by Fortune 500 companies and is still used today. And I'm incredibly proud that I've been able to contribute in some way to very big companies.
All right. All right. And well, I think your talk, like during the conference, will be about this topic. But how is it like to work at Laravel for you?
It's genuinely a dream job. I'm very fortunate. We get a lot of trust to work on something so important to so many people. And yeah, I kind of pinch myself every day to make sure that I'm not dreaming still. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I can imagine. It's well, it would be a dream as well to contribute to the open source package, of course. And like I know Dries also, and he's super stoked to have you on the team as well.
Nice.
I've heard, and well, yeah, it's I'm very looking forward to your talk about that topic.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, or is it
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right. And whenever you're like not creating things, what do you do to relax?
Well, I've got 2 young daughters and a wife, so try and hang out with them as much as possible. I was big into running, and then I got shin splints just before a half marathon I was training for, but I've just started getting back into that again.
All right.
And also leather crafting.
Okay.
So I've made a stack of wallets, watch straps, fixings that like leather products and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, a bit like who else does that? Like a YouTuber, Peter McKinnon is also
Peter
into
McKinnon,
that. Yeah, he's also
yeah,
into
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's quite nice, especially when you have like that patina on those things. I really
And the
like
smell.
it. And the smell, of course,
Yeah.
of course. And did you bring your running shoes?
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I did also.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. And well, is there anyone that you would like to have on the show like you're having to sit down right here, that you would like to have a suggestion of bringing him on the show?
Oh man, I mean anyone on the Laravel team, they're all fantastic people. Any of the speakers, I think,
Yeah.
and there's loads of community members that don't actively speak, but contribute to the framework or educational material. Trying to think of. I tell you what, Kaneko. How's it
Oh,
going?
he's a great guy. I should ask him tomorrow. Yeah, he is like I've met him like last year, I think, or no, 2 years ago already, and he is amazing. He's also doing all the logos. If I'm
That's right. Yeah, he does
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's emceeing as well
Yeah.
for the conference. So
All right.
he's a lot of fun.
Well, I hope I bump into him tomorrow. I definitely will. So
Yeah, you can't miss him.
I can't miss him. No, you definitely can't miss him. So, and actually, where can people follow you?
So I am at jbrooksuk on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now, and jbrooksuk on LinkedIn, Instagram, GitHub, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere there really.
All right. Great. Well, I'm going to leave it at this, and so you have plenty of time to get to the speakers dinner tonight.
Nice.
And thank you for taking your time.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.